is no secret that New York City is one of the most influential cities in the entire world. But how did it become that way? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to go through the history of New York City. Let's start with the early beginnings of this great city. New York was founded in 1624 by the Dutch West India Company. They originally called it New Amsterdam, and it was located right here on the southern tip of Manhattan Island. This area was home to the Lenape people for thousands of years, before the Europeans arrived. But by the mid-1600s, the native population had been pushed away due to conflict, disease, and colonization. New Amsterdam didn't do too well under Dutch control. It had a small population and wasn't making much money. But things changed in 1664, when the British took over the settlement and renamed it New York in honor of the Duke of York, who would later become King James II of England. Under British rule, New York started growing quickly. By the early 1700s, it had become an important trade hub on the East Coast. During the American Revolution, New York played a major role. It was one of the main battlegrounds, with several major conflicts between American revolutionaries and British forces taking place in and around the city. After the war, when the Americans won their independence, New York became the 11th state to ratify the U.S. Constitution in 1788, and from 1785 to 1790, New York City was actually the capital of the United States during George Washington's presidency. In the 1800s, New York began to grow rapidly. One of the biggest reasons was its natural deep-water port, which made it ideal for international trade. The city's location was also key right between the agricultural South and the industrial Midwest. This made New York the perfect place for goods to pass through on their way to markets. Another major boost came from the opening of the Erie Canal in 1825, which connected the Atlantic Ocean to the Great Lakes. This made New York even more important for shipping and trade. And then came the Industrial Revolution, which brought new machines, factories, and technology from Europe. New York was ready to take advantage of it all. By the mid-1800s, New York's population exploded from just over 100,000 in 1830 to more than 1 million by 1870. One big reason for this was immigration. Between 1892 and 1954, over 12 million immigrants passed through Ellis Island, just off the coast of Manhattan. Most of them came seeking a better life, fleeing poverty, war, or persecution back home. Many of them stayed and helped shape the city into what it is today. As the population grew, the city became more crowded and people started building upward. New York quickly became known for its skyscrapers, while the first skyscraper was built in Chicago in 1885. New York soon became home to some of the tallest and most iconic buildings in the world, like the Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, and later the One World Trade Center. With its booming population, iron, and economy, New York became an economic powerhouse. People from all over the world came here to make their dreams come true. It also became a cultural powerhouse. In the 1920s, the neighborhood of Harlem became the center of the Harlem Renaissance, a powerful movement of African American music, art, and literature. Artists, writers, and musicians from Harlem were celebrated across the country and around the world. To this day, New York remains a cultural giant. It's home to Broadway theater, Wall Street, world-famous museums, and major media companies like the New York Times, NBC, CBS, and many more. But of course, not everything about New York has been easy. On September 11, 2001, the city was attacked when terrorists flew two planes into the World Trade Center, killing nearly 3,000 people. It was one of the darkest days in US history. But New Yorkers are strong. They rebuilt. And in 2014, the new One World Trade Center opened on the same site. Today, it stands as the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. Today, New York City is one of the most visited cities in the world. Millions of people come each year to see the Statue of Liberty, Times Square, Central Park, and so much more. It has also the most linguistically diverse city in the world, with over 600 different languages spoken across its 5 boroughs. Besides English, you'll hear Spanish, Chinese, Russian, Korean, Polish, Italian, and many more spoken every day. I could keep talking about New York forever, but I don't want to bore you guys, so let us move on to the next video. In this series, we've talked about the founding of many great American cities, but we haven't yet talked about the founding of the country itself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.